Hello, Scotty. My name is Glenn calling, and I'm here from FilmSnobReviews.com. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. And I just wanted to take the moment to introduce you to everybody. This is Scottie Thompson. He's calling in to speak to us about the movie that debuted at the Tribeca Film Festival called Crown Vic, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I saw the movie, and it's fantastic. Your character is, for lack of a better term, a little bit unhinged, yeah?
A little bit unhinged is a good way to describe her.
I think nobody knows exactly why, but it's just one of those things. What was it like trying to get into the psyche of somebody like that?
You have to, for me, it's like always like the human side of things and trying to understand like what kind of experiences this person could have gone through to lead her to this mental state of being. And so, I watched films. I looked at Requiem for a Dream and some other films that, were, to me, with actors who did a phenomenal job with that kind of work. And then, doing research and understanding schizophrenia. And, it's not an easy thing to do. You have to be, like, really committed to, there's like a lack of social awareness or any kind of awareness that kind of person has. And so you have to be like fully committed to that, not respectful of this thing that is a real issue people deal with.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the line I think you played really well. Is like it doesn't seem disrespectful to people who do have to suffer with this on a daily, but it also seems like the character in the movie, which is good because that's what it is.
Well, thank you. Nice to hear.
And one of the things I looked at when I knew that I was going to get to speak to you is I went on IMDb and I looked at it, and you've been literally on every single show that's ever been on CBS.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I've been on quite a few.
Do you have like an affinity for cop dramas? Because I noticed you've been in quite a few.
Somebody else asked me that yesterday. No, I don't. It's just kind of how it's panned out, I guess.
Well, I mean, I went ahead and I tried to find the episodes as I was looking, and I'm like, I found some of these, and I watched them, and they were really good. So.
Yeah, and most of the time, I've definitely played a cop before.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, I'm not actually playing cops in those shows.
No.
I'm playing the supporting or the guest stars who are more character types that pass through.
Yeah, and I saw you were on Grey's Anatomy too. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I was very much disliked by a lot of fans because I kissed McDreamy.
I don't know. I've never watched a single episode. Don't tell anyone.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
I know. Don't tell anyone. I've seen all the scandal. Does that make sense?
Don't. Oh yeah. Well, I've never seen any of that. I shouldn't say that, but I'm a fan of. Yeah, I'm a fan of Miss Shonda Rhimes. So, but yeah, I'd say we're even.
Now, could you tell us a little bit about the process of working in a movie like this?
Yeah, it was. Joel's been working on this project for bringing it to life for many years, and he was very, very knew what he wanted to do, super prepared for it, which is really important with something like this is when we're working like an independent film that you shot. I think they shot it in 20 days, and it was all night shoots during the shortest nights of the year. So you only had, they had like 8-hour shoot days, which is really short for any because they were limited by how much dark they had.
Yeah, usually you have like a 12, maybe a 14-hour shoot.
28-hour days, basically, which is
wow.
Crazy and amazing. But that's a testament to how professional and prepared everybody was. The director of photography, Thomas Scott Stanton, I've actually worked with him before, and he's phenomenal. And
yeah, I was going to say that film looks amazing. That film looks really great,
doesn't it?
LA looks beautiful, and
yeah.
It does not ever look beautiful.
Yeah, it's supposed to be LA, but I'm just saying it was shot in Buffalo.
Right, so maybe that's why it looks so good.
Which is always so. Yeah, I still think it looks like LA for sure. They did a phenomenal job. It's just got like a grittier and prettier kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it's like what you said. It has, everybody was professional. That production designer deserves some kudos for making it look real good.
I showed up on the first day. That was when we shot, which was pretty. It was like just dive on it and get go deep on day one.
Yeah.
So it was great.
That's an interesting first day.
Yeah.
That scene in particular is an interesting first day. Oh man, with the fire hose and everything, huh? Or with the oh man,
yeah,
that's
pretty
good.
fun. That moment was very fun.
That's really good. So I wanted to get into this. This is a fun question that I like to ask everybody that I get a chance to interview. Let's say that you are stranded on a desert island and you can only watch 2 movies for the remainder of your days. What are you taking with you, and why?
Amelie and In the Mood for Love.
God, you just are you in my head? Are you in my head?
Those are my 2.
In the Mood
Those
for
are
Love
my 2 movies. Amelie,
my favorite foreign film that's ever been made. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so phenomenal.
Wong Kar-wai is
so beautiful.
I'm so glad you said that. Oh,
he's a total genius. Yeah.
Oh, you're about to be my best friend, Scotty. This is awesome. You picked those 2. And Amelie's amazing,
well, thanks.
so obviously that's a great choice. I love that. That's great. So, man, that threw me off because I was not expecting you to take like really amazing movies, but I'm so glad that you did, and I'm so happy. So, can you kind of tell us who you look up to in the world of acting? Who you look up to now? Maybe a hero you had growing up when you were trying to become an actress.
I mean, I think Cate Blanchett is just some other kind of worldly creature in her capacity for chameleoning into all of the roles she plays. So yeah, she's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I love Katharine Hepburn, Lauren Bacall.
There's irony there because Cate Blanchett played Katharine Hepburn. So that's pretty interesting.
And she did a phenomenal job.
She did.
Yeah. And, I mean, Jessica Lange.
You are picking all
amazing.
Of the queens. You picked all the great queens of cinema, both historically and, in a modern sensibility. That's awesome that you have those actresses to look up to and to strive to get to. Because, honestly, Cate Blanchett is at this level that none of the rest of us are playing at.
Yeah.
I don't know how 100%. She does that. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. It's incredible.
Yeah, she's so cool.
So why should people check out this movie when they're able to do so? Why is Crown Vic a good way to spend 2 hours of their day?
I think, it's interesting. We've had a couple of Q&As at this juncture, and they have sparked some, really interesting debate. And I think that isn't really the intention necessarily. I mean, Joel set out to tell the story of, 2 cops, a day in the life of 2 cops. And I think he did a phenomenal job at that. But, I think this is something that cops are in the news a lot for obvious reasons these days and necessary reasons as well. And I think that this isn't necessarily addressing the political side of things, but it does just offer you a view into it. And I think that's, it's entertainment, it's drama. There's some comedy in there, and it's, amazing performances, amazing writing, phenomenal cinematography. It's just a really good cop film.
I would agree. It's a very good cop film, and I think that there's a very humanistic side to how they portray being a police officer, because at the end of the day, everyone sees a badge, but no one knows that behind the badge, there's still a human being behind it. That is flawed and that has flaws, and it explores the flaws of men more than it does the flaws of the uniform itself. And I think that's really well done by everyone in the film, especially the director. I think Joe does a wonderful job of telling that story without, trying to talk about bigger themes that the film isn't about. And I think that that's a really awesome line to walk, and he does a great job there.
Yeah, I think so too. He
Now,
does such a good job.
What would you say? What would you like to say to everybody that's going to listen to this? As
oh, yeah. I'm like, wait, what? Just, I mean, thanks for taking the time, and I think that, you know, I hope we get, you know, once it's all set and distribution's all handled, you know, and it gets out in the world. I just hope people go out and see it and support independent film. And, you know, Joel's a first-time writer-director. I know he'd done some other, you know, smaller things, but this is certainly his first bigger project, and I think it's so important to, you know, open up opportunities for people that's talented, and thankfully Tribeca's, you know, a calling card for that. And keep supporting independent film, keep going to film festivals, keep, you know, looking for those more obscure things on Netflix and Hulu.
I think that's a great place to find them.
Yeah, and thanks for tuning in. I mean, that's why, you know, generally thank you.
You heard it. She said it. Scottie Thompson, just thank you so much. And everybody should check out Crown Vic, which just debuted at the Tribeca Film Festival, a wonderful film starring the lovely lady we just heard from, as well as Thomas Jane as